Hey, what's up? John Sonmez from simpleprogrammer.com. I'm still in Vegas here at the Palazzo Hotel, and I thought I would do my video for today. And I thought I'd do a topic here that hopefully this isn't going to come off vain or arrogant or anything like that, because that's not the intent. The intent is really to talk about how so much praise or any amount of praise is never enough. And the reason why I sort of caveated that is because, running Simple Programmer and having a very small amount, honestly, of fame, being, having a pretty decent size YouTube channel, not big, just decent size, and, having a pretty popular book and stuff. I get emails every day from people that say, John, you're so awesome. Your stuff is so awesome. I love your stuff. You changed my life. Right? And comments on YouTube, I get a lot of praise, honestly. And, being a pretty fit guy, right, that really, puts a lot of effort into that, I get a lot of comments about that as well from people, just walking down the street and stuff. And, so there's a lot of things that I might get praise on. And you know what? Like, it doesn't matter how much you get. I've noticed that you never get enough. And what I mean by this is I don't mean to be like, oh, you should be seeking out praise. In fact, I'm trying to tell you the opposite. What I'm saying is that some of you are looking for people to validate your existence, right? I did this video on why you'll always are being alone, right? It's a popular video because of the topic, and I've done videos about this, about not relying on external influences, because those things, you got to count on what's inside, right? And a lot of you don't believe me on this, right? You think, oh, well, if I could just be like, if girls would just pay attention to me, right? For you guys out there, or if I could just be confident, or if I could just accomplish this thing, or be a millionaire, or whatever it is, you know what I mean? Like, now, I haven't done everything there. I haven't achieved every goal in life, but I've hit a lot of them. Right? I've done a lot of things that I thought I would never ever dream of being able to do, right? Accomplish crazy kind of goals, making, a lot of money, making, getting in, really ridiculously low body fat, like getting in really good shape, all kinds of things, selling a book, best-selling book, stuff like that. And again, I'm not trying to be arrogant here, but I'm telling you that none of those things, none of the praise that I got from those things was ever as meaningful as what I had imagined or dreamed it would be before those things happened. And what I'm saying is I'm not saying I don't appreciate it. When you guys send me emails and stuff and you're like, John, this is awesome, you changed my life, it makes my day, totally like it, it's awesome, right? I appreciate it. I'm not like numb to it. But what I'm saying is that at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. I could have a day where, I'm walking down the street and, or I'm going for my run and like, 5 girls like, hey, man, you look good, man, or whatever. And I could have like a bunch of emails in my, in my inbox that say, oh, John, you changed my life. You're awesome. I love this video. You're the best YouTuber ever, right? But all of that, at the very end of the day, I could get one negative comment or one bad thing, and it can wipe that away, right? If I let it, right? What I'm saying here is that all that stuff, or tomorrow, the next day, it starts over again. Your tank is empty again. You know what I'm saying? So if you're fueling yourself on other people's praise, and that's what you're expecting, and you're doing all this stuff, you're working so hard, so that someone someday is going to pat you on the back and say, good job, bro, you got a problem. Because when that happens, when you finally get your 15 minutes of fame, when the sunlight finally shines on you, you know what's going to happen? It's not going to feel as good as you think, and you're going to feel the emptiness that you have inside, because you're going to realize that all of this stuff that you were seeking out, all this external validation, is actually meaningless. And what I mean by that is it's not that it doesn't feel good. It's not that it's not good to happen. But it doesn't actually move the needle. It doesn't actually cause you to grow. It doesn't actually cause you to become satisfied. And that's really the key of this idea, is that you're not going to be satisfied, right? You think you will be satisfied if you reach a certain level where people respect you to some level, or praise you to some level, or you get some accolades, or you win the Nobel Peace Prize, or whatever it is, you get that Olympic gold medal. No. You will be satisfied if you achieve those things because you want to achieve them because achieving those things will cause you to become the kind of person that you want to become. Not even the goal, not even making the $1 million. I'll tell you, it's much better to set your sights on being the kind of person who can achieve the goals, because that's the thing that stays with you when you wake up in the morning. Because you know what? The FBI could seize your bank account, right? You know what I mean? Your money could disappear, right? Even your looks and whatever, all of that stuff, all that external can disappear, and people will stop praising you. You know, if you want a good humbling story of this, go just right into the Bible and read the book of Job. I mean, come on, right? But you know what can't be taken away from you? It's this. It's what you build inside when you get there, right? When you hit these goals, when you hit these things, when you do these things, you do it for you. And you don't do it just to reach the thing. You do it because of who you become. And that's the thing. So I would just encourage you, for those of you, you know, and again, I'm not trying to brag. I'm not trying to be arrogant or anything like that. I'm just trying to say, look, I'm in a position right now where I get a pretty good amount of praise. And I'll tell you though, and I can tell you from this position, that however much praise you think would make you satisfied, it's never going to. Right? It's not that I'm not satisfied. It's just that I've realized that, well, looking back on what I thought would be the most awesome thing in the world, if you get, I literally get like 3 or 4 emails a day at least that say that tell me how awesome I am. Again, I'm not trying to brag about it. I'm just saying that that's a truth, a reality, and it's not as awesome as you. That's not the thing that's going to fulfill you in life. That's what I'm really trying to say. Is no amount of praise is going to be enough. So if you're seeking praise and you think that's ever going to fulfill you, you're wrong, right? Because again, it's just like I said in that video on being alone. Is that's external. It's external validation. And again, I go back to you guys having trouble with women, with girls. It's because you're seeking their validation. You're seeking external validation. You're having trouble with a lot of us have our parents. We're seeking external validation from them. We have a lot of issues. And if you keep on seeking external validation, it doesn't matter how far you run and how far you carry that torch. It doesn't matter how many mountains you climb. And how many people think you're awesome and praise you and worship you, or whatever it is, whatever your fantasy is, it's not going to be enough. So the sooner you can figure that out, the better. And I'll tell you, if I didn't figure this out before I got to the stage of life that I'm at now, I would be in desperate straits. And a lot of people are. You see a lot of rock stars, you see a lot of actors, you see a lot of famous people that they get their fame, right? People love them, they're praising them, and they're suicidal. Why? Because the whole thing that they were going for, everything they were driving for, some of these people, and then what they thought would fulfill them, and what they thought would complete their life, they got it, it didn't do it, now they don't know what to do. Anyway, something to think about tonight, or whenever you're watching this video. If you like the channel, subscribe, and I'll talk to you next time. Take care.